By wearing specific hats or making a hat turn sideways, at a distance the hat will look like it's floating to other people in the lobby. Welcome to Skate 3 Online Glitches, where you need an internet connection to do any of these glitches. Oh yeah, it's gaming time. Oh my god, it goes up! It keeps going up! There's quite a few glitches that I've already talked about in previous videos, but I'll go over them again since it's part of the online glitch category. Let's talk about maps. Now this first one isn't really a glitch, but you can't get to it online. Sort of. As you can see, I am in an online free skate at Maloof NYC. Now, you go into the online menu and you will notice there is no free skate at Maloof NYC. To create an online lobby, you have to be at Maloof NYC and then start free skate solo here. And to play with friends, you actually have to invite them. Moving on to actual glitches, this one you actually have to be in an online death race. Being at an online death race at Campus Cruiser, coming to this house, the floor is intangible. Coming to this place under Rooftop Race, same exact thing. At Final Mountain Race, the Illuminati Triangle ends up spawning. Offline, you can grind this ledge. Downtown East, you can grind this ledge. Downtown Central, you cannot. While in an online park, if you stand on a camera, it can lag the lobby. Only on Xbox though. Objects don't naturally spawn online, so you have to place your objects and start solo free skate and allowing to have your objects spawned in there. While objects are in an online lobby, gravity does not apply and it will float if you make it do so. Although objects will have gravity for a partial time when someone new joins the lobby. Oh my god! No! I tried to put the fucking private! When playing rock blocks, as red player, you don't have to revert your scores in order for your score to count. And that is all the glitches that I have covered before. Now, on to the newer ones, starting with spawning in the ground. So what I already went over before is that there are some places where you can't set a marker. However, if you were to spectate a person where you could place a marker, you can then set a marker in a spot where you're not allowed to. An example being the ground. Getting stuck into the ground, switching cameras, and then placing a marker, your marker will then be placed in the ground. And with this glitch, you can launch yourself up to the sky once you bail. The continuation of this glitch is that you can keep placing your marker further down into the void you go as long as you switch cameras. And this marker exploitation does not work above ground. But this glitch goes even further. The farther down you go, the more your character model ends up glitching out. But not only that, if you go far enough and respawn, you will have a black sky. But that's not it. If you save that replay, and as long as you're within the same district as that replay, going back and rewatching it, it will give you the black sky once exiting out of the replay. Now for something a little more nuanced. When playing in career mode or free skate, the maximum amount of replay you can get is 90 seconds. If you're alone by yourself in an online lobby, the max is 75. If you're in a lobby with someone else, the max is 45. The more people that are in your lobby, the max length for a replay ends up going down. This might be helpful for some. Let's say you're in an online lobby, someone recommends a spot and it's being moved, but it happens to be the wrong spot and you don't want to move it because then you'll have to wait in a loading zone and it's going to take a lot longer to get to the spot where you really wanted to get to. Mega Park. Why you here? Luke has 100k. Stop playing this map. Anyways, to prevent all of that, simply just give someone else host. That stops the countdown and you don't have to go to the unwanted map. Another thing to note is that when their countdown is present to move to a map, the game won't start. But let's say you never move to that map and you hit start game anyways, the game will start immediately after the countdown is finished. But because giving someone else host stops the countdown, if you were to recommend a spot, start the game, then give someone host, that person is now forced with host. Another oddity is that you have to have 2 people to start a game, but if someone leaves the game as soon as you start it, there is a possibility that there is only one name appearing on the corner of your screen. This next one is really only for one specific game mode, Spot Battle. I've mentioned before that Spot Battle is the only game mode where you get 2 extra ghost seconds in your run, but sometimes those 2 seconds aren't exactly 2 seconds and they may be shorter or longer, and that is the case when you have host. Host is guaranteed to have a shorter 2-second life cycle rather than not being host. In most games, you want to have host advantage. In Skate 3, you don't want to have host advantage, just so you can get that extra trick to possibly get a world record. In comp, there's a term that we call black screen. Black screen means that your points counted even when the screen was black, because usually when the screen turns black, that means those points never counted. And this is a very rare occurrence. But when it comes to a ghost revert / Manny map, there's only one map where you can actually black screen on, Stadium Bank. Stadium is a map that you can black screen on most of the time, and still have your points count. There's also a little oddity on Planter Madness. Usually your run is done when you're done doing a combo on the stair set. However, if you were to stay on the stair set and hippie jump forever, your run will not end. And this also does work on Grinds of Destiny. You know what, actually, this just works anywhere you can just hippie jump, okay? That's all I gotta say. There's lots of connection issues in Skate 3, but one of the most annoying ones is not being able to connect to an online game. Not because your internet is out or you ran out of Xbox Live. The reason why is that two internet connections just don't like each other and you can't connect to a certain lobby. Keep trying all you want and you won't connect. It's an issue. And sometimes this can happen with friends. Friends who you've played Skate 3 with together before, and this is the first time it's probably happened or the umpteenth time. And the solution is that there might be a map where you can connect to online in a public lobby and then go from there. A common one is to go to Arbor Ledge. If Arbor Ledge doesn't work, well, you have all these maps to find out which map works for you and your friend. And if that doesn't work, then both of you might have to try to restart your Xbox. Maybe that refreshes something. And if that doesn't work, try again tomorrow. I don't know. Sometimes that's just the solution. You just can't play that day, and you have to wait for the next. Another online connection goof is when playing a game that is in private and then making it public. It might not be public, but sitting around in this shadow private lobby. It's public, it's there, but people aren't going to join. And if you do want people to join, you're just gonna have to make a new public lobby. I think this is a great time to talk about lag. Let's talk about lag. Just like how you don't want to be host when you want to hit records, Skate 3 is completely different from most games. Usually when a lobby is lagging, it's because of the host. In Skate 3's case, it doesn't matter who's host. If one person in this lobby is lagging, the whole lobby lags. And if you are the host, it is up to you to find out who is lagging the lobby and play a roulette game and figure out who it is to kick them from the lobby. Or save the headache and join a different one. I also mentioned before how online lobbies run faster than your typical offline career mode or free skate. Well, like I just said, lobbies can lag, but sometimes it can get to a slow lag where it's not laggy, but everything just seems slower. And it's different based on what game mode you're playing. For example, on Spot Battle, if you end up experiencing this slow lag, the lag will end up resetting itself to normal pace once the next round starts. However, in 1UP, if it starts slow lagging, it's gonna stay slow lagging until you restart to the next game. In Skate 3, you have 4 other skaters that you can be when going around in free skate. Customize them however you want, they're technically your skaters. However, you're only allowed to play as the first person online. But there is a glitch to play as these other skaters online. To do so, start up a free play, choose one of your free play skaters, disconnect from EA Nation, and then accept an online invite. You are now playing as your free skate skater. However, that is only to you. To other people, you are your regular first person self. But this glitch also works for the laundry list of pros that you can select. Disconnect from EA Nation, accept an invite, and ta-da! Everyone can see you play as your favorite pro skater. But if you play on PlayStation, this is very unfortunate for you because it does not work. To accept invites in Skate 3, you have to be connected to EA Nation and accept invites through the in-game menu through invitations. And the only way to accept these invitations if you're signed into EA Nation, which is a key step that you need to have turned off in order to get this glitch to work. Now this next one is very niche, considering that it's pretty outdated. In a time where it's socially acceptable to be sitting on your PC talking to strangers while playing a game on your console, this doesn't really happen anymore because no one uses in-game voice chat.
Wait, are you the worst like this?
But let's say you find someone who is using in-game voice chat, and sometimes you cannot understand anything what they are saying. It sounds completely inaudible, and it's just waveform mush. To fix this issue, you need not 2 people to plug in their mic, but 3 people in total to have their mics plugged in order to fix this issue.
Dude, first Heisenberg looked at Cypher in the game.
Now, let's talk about speed. While speed glitches aren't just an online thing and you can do anywhere you want, there are some type of speed glitches that you just can't do online. Hey, nice start you got there. The only glitches that you can't do online are the ones that you have to spawn on your feet for. When you're going back to your marker in online, even if you set your marker on your feet, you still spawn on your board. A workaround is to jump up in the air, bail, roll on the ground, pop up, and hit A to go back to your feet. You're now able to do glitches like the backwards band, which you weren't able to do before. Or, for a quicker version, Spam Y or triangle when going back to your marker, you'll just spawn on your feet. However, there are differences. You're kinda in an invincibility state when you spawn on your feet naturally. Backwards manning into a wall, you'll survive. But if you try spamming the Y or triangle method, you won't. I forgot to mention this glitch in my speed glitch video, which is called the Tarnation Backwards Man. The only reason why it's completely different from the regular backwards man is because it's not as fast, but you do go directly backwards. And you can do it while not being spawned on your feet. You can be unhunched or macho, but macho has a better chance of hitting it. And all it is a different timing of when hitting the dart catch button and the getting on your board button. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but Anomaly does have a tutorial on how to do it, so you should watch it. Link in description. In Skate 1, landing from any height is possible as long as you grab right before you land. That same technique works in Skate 3, only online, and it's super hard to do. Here's an example. Here's something that you might not know. It's possible to dart catch with B. Circle if you're on PlayStation. While dart catching with B is not as known, that button isn't really online specific. But what is online specific is the start button. How am I disconnected from EA? Hitting the start button offline won't do anything, but doing it online, you will dart catch. Do a kickflip and hit start and you'll dart catch. And if you are on PlayStation, hitting the home button does the exact same thing. This next one is a party trick, because you really don't gain anything from it. When online, certain areas of the map are shut off. You only have a limited amount of space to play in. But did you know that past that online barrier, there is nothing there? The rest is just textures with no collision. For example, you see my board fall through the ground, and that is part of the trick. When playing the Skate game mode, the other players that are with you are just scattered throughout the map, waiting idly for their turn. And they are always in the same spot depending on what person you are in the lineup. But you can change where you spawn. Once you put your board through the ground, you can then just stand anywhere you want. Wait for your turn to end, and then your character will be waiting idly in that same spot. You can even take this a step further. Usually when playing Skate, if you bail, your turn ends. However, there's a little pause before the countdown happens. And in that pause, you're allowed to bail without your turn ending. So in the previous round, you end up going somewhere and wait for your turn to end, while on your feet. And then in the next turn, you do that bail technique to get back on your feet. But when you do so, you spawn back to where you ended last round. And with this technique, you're able to get to places where you couldn't do in the 15-second time limit. Sticking within the same game mode of Skate, have you noticed those campus players that set up a bunch of ramps to easily do 1260s? And when you try to set it up, the ramps just don't stay there? Why? Well, that's because you have to start an online free skate, and make sure to add your objects with it. Now we move to the Skate game mode, and they're still not there. What the fuck? So you have your objects in your online free skate. Now what you need to have is a friend. Now that you have your friend in your online lobby, you then switch to the game mode. But during the countdown, that friend needs to leave the game. And for whatever magic that happens, those objects will stay in the online Skate game mode. And when you're in that game mode, you cannot move those ramps. So if you want to adjust anything, you have to then back out and do the whole glitch again. And this glitch isn't only tied to the Skate game mode, but for every other game mode, like Spot Battle. So, we like to do a little bit of trolling. When it comes to the 1-up game mode, all rounds have a different starting position. However, you can be locked on one starting position if the leader of that round leaves the game. When it becomes the next round, it will stay on that same round. Another thing to note, since there is no buffered time when the round starts, bailing's just going to instantly stop your run. That's why you place objects where you spawn during the start of the round. Stacking mani pads on top of each other will allow the skater to bail, so when it bails, it resets itself to where you last stood before that round started. And with this tactic, that means we can get 4th round Hawaii every round, baby. Let's go! 24-8, that's world record, baby! An oddity during this glitch, when you leave the game, those objects that you've placed are still there, but when you open up Object Dropper, they tend to explode. With this, you can have fun on Free Skate, playing parkour on floating objects. I made a video about the world record of Mega Park. If you haven't watched it, please do. But in that video, I said we are allowed to do glitches in order to help us gain more points. Well, there are a couple glitches that we just have banned outright because it's just cheating at that point. And yes, setting a different spawn point is one of them. The first glitch is respawning at the starting point. During your run, if the host leaves the game, you then end up getting spawned back at the start. And when the host also leaves the game, other players that is not their turn have the freedom to control their characters and roam around the map, albeit at a delay. But how is this glitch cheating? For most maps it doesn't do anything, but for Mega Park, it greatly affects the run. The most points you gain is doing the vert portion of the Mega Park run. And if you do that twice, you are guaranteed to get a higher score than usual. Let's put this into perspective. My highest online is 78. Doing this glitch, I get... The other illegal glitch is technically the same thing as the last one where the host leaves, but the host leaves when you bail. When you bail, your run is over and on to the next person. But when the host leaves, the game ends up going into a stalled state, giving you infinite time. Now that you have infinite time, your points will still add up. So you can see how this glitch is illegal, because otherwise you'll have kids being like, now this next glitch is just a gamble. When making your online lobby, the lobby is set to the difficulty that you were when in career mode. So when you join an online free skate, you are unable to change your difficulty online. You have to back out and change it yourself in career mode. However, in any other game mode, when you switch maps, you also have the option to switch difficulty. The only issue is that if you're not host and you propose a map while changing difficulties, the difficulty won't change. When you're host, however, be careful when doing this, because you might end up getting the void. Yeah, so when you switch maps and change difficulty at the same time, then starting the game up, there's a possibility where the map just never loads and you continuously fall into the void. This glitch forces you to restart your game because otherwise it is unplayable. Trying to move to a different location won't change anything. Trying to move to a created map won't do anything either, and it won't allow you to open up your pause menu again. Also, accepting an invite through the Xbox menu is just hopeless. And now, for the last glitch, and probably the most menacing one, I want to give a history lesson and also an apology. You guys know what glitch I'm talking about. The judo. The one glitch in the game that crashes online lobbies, and also the only glitch on the glitch list that features this glitch as a usefulness in the negatives as a -10. And also, when you click for instructions, it just says no. Listen, the glitch is pretty self-explanatory. If you don't know how to do it, tough luck, okay? But the reason why some people can't do it is based off your connection. I don't know what it is. I can't do it, some friends of mine can't do it, but I have other friends who can do it. It's most likely because of your connection to EA Nation or whatever it is that is in the stars allowing you to be able to do this glitch. And this is where the history comes in. A player named SK found this glitch all the way back in 2015.
Write down in the comments below what the name of this glitch is. If you said the glitch's name was the judo footplant glitch, I'm sorry to say that you're mistaken. The original name is actually called the like-out glitch. I'm the founder of that glitch. I gave it that name because there's already a judo footplant glitch.
And that's where a player named Ramen liked to do this glitch. And on August 16th, 2017, I uploaded my first ever average game session. And in that video is possibly the first documented judo game crash.
He's just like, why am I playing this damn game?
Oh my god.
Bruh!
Even though SK made a video about it in 2015, he never actually showcased it in an actual lobby, because apparently, it breaks some terms of service against the SCEA. So all you motherfuckers who be doing this glitch in lobbies are fucking criminals. And that's where the story should have ended. I should have never uploaded more judos. But I did, because it kept on getting funny reactions.
Killer beast, dude!
And this glitch ended up spreading like wildfire. People who watched me knew that this glitch existed and were doing it, which then in turn doing it to their friends, who probably didn't watch me, which then spread the glitch even further. It got to the point to where everyone knew this glitch, and they don't even know who I am.
Do you know about the judo glitch? Is that just the speed glitch or what? The one that crashes the game.
Oh yeah, don't do that.
What is that?
Have I heard of you before? No.
I wasn't the creator, but I was the one that helped spread it, which makes me a supervillain. So, with me being the supervillain, I would like to give an apology. And here, I'll fill out this apology form right now. Let's start. Okay, step 1, acknowledge the offense. I helped showcase a glitch that was too menacing for the public to even know about. Step 2, explain what happened. I helped spread the curse of this glitch and ruined a lot of online lobbies. Step 3, express remorse. I am truly sorry for your gaming experience. This glitch has ruined thousands of playing hours in Skate 3, and possibly lots of people never want to hop back on the game again. Step 4, offer to make amends. My amends is that hopefully this glitch doesn't exist in the next game. Not my problem, goodbye!